Today we will learn the electrical properties of the solids. Basically, we divide the solids in three categories based on their electrical properties: conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. If we talk about the conductors, they are good conductor of electricity in solid states, and their conductivity is very high just because they have free valence electron. Like metals, they have free electrons, so they can conduct electricity. Their conductivity range is 10 to 10 raised power 4 minus 10 raised power 7 ohm inverse meter inverse. The second category we call it semiconductors. In semiconductors, the conductivity is very low. It's from 10 raised power minus 6 to 10 raised power 4 ohm inverse meter inverse. And third category is the insulator, where the conductivity is very less, or almost they are non-conductor, right? Because the range is 10 to power minus 20 to 10 raised power minus 10 ohm inverse meter inverse. Like the wood, rubber, plastic, they are non-conductor of electricity, right? Now if we see the conductors like metals, and in semiconductors, silicon, germanium, they all are what? Semiconductors. Now see what is the effect of temperature on the conductivity of these type of materials. So if we talk about metals like conductors, by increasing the temperature, their conductivity decreases. But in case of semiconductors, by increasing the temperature, their conductivity increases. Even increase is very less, but still by increasing the temperature, their conductivity increases, right? So we will study in detail how temperature affect the conductivity and what other procedure can be done to increase the conductivity. Now see the electrical properties in the solids. First of all, see the band theory. What is band theory? According to this theory, in we can say conductors or semiconductors or even insulator, there are two bands. One is called valence band, where the valence electrons are found, right? Above that band, one other band is there which we call conduction band. Now these two bands are responsible for conductivity, especially when the electrons are present in the conduction band, then only the material will conduct electricity. Like why conductor are able to conduct electricity? Because here valence band and conduction band are overlapping to each other. There is no gap between these two bands. So simply by getting small amount of energy, the electron jump easily from valence band to conduction band. Remember, when the electrons are present in conduction band, then only they will conduct electricity. Otherwise, they will not able to conduct electricity. So why conductor are good conductors, or why they can easily conduct? Because the energy gap is very less, right? Now if we talk about the semiconductors, according to band theory, the energy gap between VB and CB, that is valence band and conduction band, is very small. So once the energy is supplied, or when they are heated or temperature is given, then what happens? Electron can easily jump from here to here. And that's why we say that on semiconductors, by increasing the temperature, their conductivity increases. Why? Because the energy gap is very less. This is forbidden zone, right? So semiconductor conduct electricity by increasing the temperature, or their conductivity can be increased. Now come to the third type of conductors, we call it insulator. Their valence band and conduction band have very large energy gap. So the electron cannot jump from valence band to conduction band easily, right? And because of that they become insulator or they do not conduct electricity. So this is about the band theory, why conductor and semiconductor are able to conduct while insulator are not able to conduct electricity. Now see the conductivity in semiconductors. As we have seen that semiconductors, they are intrinsic conductor, means their conductivity can be increased because the gap between, we can say, conduction band and valence band is very low. So such type of materials like silicon and germanium, they have tendency to conduct electricity. They are intrinsic conductors, right? But practically their conductivity is very low. So how we can increase the conductivity of this type of materials? That process we call it what? Doping. Doping means what? Adding appropriate amount of impurities to the semiconductors like silicon and germanium to enhance the conductivity. So that process is called what? Doping. Now if you see how doping can be done, it can be done with the two ways. First way, by adding electron rich impurities. If we add the electron rich impurities, suppose group 15 elements are added like phosphorus, arsenic. So in this what happens? You know, the semiconductors are like silicon, germanium, they have 4 valencies. So they are able to make 4 bonds. So suppose when phosphorus or arsenic type materials group 15 elements are added, which have 5 electrons in the outermost shell. So these electrons, out of 5, 4 electrons can make bond with them, but the 5th electron become extra, and that electron is responsible for conductivity, because this electron is free and it can conduct electricity easily, and that's why their conductivity increases. Now in this case, why we call it electron rich impurities? Because out of 4 they have 1 extra electron, 5 electrons, so 1 electron become extra, which is responsible for conductivity. Now we have seen in the when group 15 elements are added to the silicons and germanium, then we call it what? Electron rich doping, or this is N type doping. Now see the second type of doping, we call it P type doping or electron deficit impurities. When the element of group 12, 13 are added to the silicon or germanium or in the semiconductor, then this type of doping is called P type. Reason? Because group 12 to 13 they are having 3 valence electron. So these 3 electrons can make bond with the 3 valency only, but 1 valency remains free. So that is called electron hole or electron vacancy. So in that case what happens? An electron from an neighboring atom can come and fill the electron hole. Suppose here we have added the group 12 or 13. So this create a hole because 1 valence is short over here. So this is electron hole, and then in this case what happens? In doing so, it would leave an electron hole at its original position. If it happens, it would appear as if the electron hole has moved in the direction opposite to that of the electron that filled it. So what happens? In that case, the movement of electron taking place, and this create the conductivity. So in this basically the valency is short, we can say 1 short. So here we call it electron deficient or P type of conductivity.